Hey guys, this is Jen Razza from Our Change of Art. Today I'll be making yet another baby card. A few weeks ago I made this card for my friend Leah to celebrate her pregnancy with the twins, and now she actually had the twins yesterday and my mom needs a card to give to her and her husband to congratulate them. That's what I'll be making today, so let's get started. So the intro you just saw was actually filmed a few days ago. And since then, I decided to make this card into a Runway Inspired challenge card. So this is the image that we're working with this week. And I really love the transparency of the model's blouse. And I'm not sure if you can really see, but there's this pretty like white pattern on it. And of course, the butter yellow in the pants I think will be perfect for this baby card. I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but the twins that my friend had, one's a boy and one's a girl. So I do want to kind of stay gender neutral with the colors. So yellow and white will be just perfect. Now, I hope you guys aren't sick of watercoloring. I know that I've been doing a lot of watercoloring, and like everyone in the card universe has been doing a lot of watercoloring. But I think, again, for a baby card, the softness is just perfect. So I have here a piece of watercolor paper. This is the Tim Holtz Distress watercolor cardstock. And this was just something I had stamped on that's scrapped now. But it's not my favorite watercolor paper, but I love that it's already cut to the size of the card that I need, because my other watercolor paper I use comes on like a really big notebook. I don't really know what to call it, a big thing. And it doesn't cut evenly into card fronts. So this is just really convenient, and it's pretty good. It's actually really nice watercolor paper. I like that it's bright. And I have a brush over here and just some water. And I'm going to go into some yellow watercolor. And I'm just going to put like a blob in the center of my card. And it's probably going to look really horrible at first. I'm just adding more pigment. And I really kind of want this to be a little bit messy. I want there to be some nice variation in the color. Maybe I'll bring in a little bit of red just to get kind of like an orange tone in some of this here. I want it to be slightly darker. So yeah. Just gonna mix in to get some dark orange. And you can see, since I'm going back over the wet paint with some more wet paint, everything is kind of blending together. So the yellow here doesn't match exactly to the model's pants, but it's okay. If you follow the Runway Inspired Challenge, I know a lot of people use the colors, but there's nothing saying that you have to use the exact colors. You can find inspiration from anything. And I'm going to incorporate features from her blouse into this card, so really the yellow is not very important. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. It's a little bit of an organic shape. I could have done a perfect circle. If you wanted a perfect circle, you could make a mask, or you can just sketch out a circle, trace something first, and try to stay within those lines. But for something like this, I really like the more free-form shapes. Alright, if I play with it too much, I think I'm not going to like the result. So I'll leave it at that. Just going to rinse my brush off here, and I'll put my paint and this watercolor paper aside. And now let's work on, like I mentioned, the blouse part. So I have this set from Altenew. This is a manufacturing sample, which is why it doesn't have the printing on it. But this is from the Geometric Menagerie set, and I'll be using the lion and the giraffe. Now, you might not think of a lion and giraffe like this as like a baby card, but the couple that I'm giving the card to, or I guess that my mom is giving the card to, they went to Africa for their honeymoon, and now they have like an African themed baby room, and they have pictures of animals like giraffes and stuff all over the place. So I thought this would be really good for them. I'm going to be stamping these guys onto vellum with some Versamark ink, and this sticky ink will allow the embossing powder to adhere before we heat it up. So I have both the lion and the giraffe on my acrylic block, and I don't need to apply any powder, such as from like a powder bag or anti-static tool, when I'm stamping on vellum, because I found that stray embossing powder doesn't really stick like it does to regular cardstock, you know, when you get those flecks all over. The vellum, it doesn't really happen. I'm not sure why. I guess it's naturally less staticky. So I want to apply some good pressure here because there's a lot of detail in these two stamps. And I can see it looks like I have perfect coverage. So I'm just going to grab some embossing powder and I'll heat these guys up and I'll be right back. Alright, while I wasn't filming, I also went ahead and cut these guys out. So you can see that they look really nice embossed in white on the vellum. They're curling up a teeny tiny bit, which is okay because I will apply some glue to the back when I put them onto my card. And that'll stop the curling. So here's my dried blob from before. And I'm just going to kind of play around and see where I like them. I want them to be centered, maybe a little bit closer to the top because I'll be putting my sentiment down at the bottom. And I just have some Tombow Mono multi-glue. I'm going to be carefully going in and placing little dots of glue all where that embossing is so you don't see it from the front. So this is going to take me a little bit of time. So I will once again turn the camera off and I'll show you the next step. Now for my sentiment, I think I want to have it on some more yellow watercolored paper. So I have a little scrap here of the same Tim Holtz watercolor paper. And I'm just going to be going in and randomly painting on some more yellow in a long line. Just like this. Now my sentiment is coming from two different stamp sets. One of them is Altenew and the other one is Clear and Simple Stamps. So let this dry and I'll show those to you. So the one from Clear and Simple Stamps, I know you can't read it, but it says, "Welcome to the world, sweet little one." Since there are two babies, I do have to change it a little teeny bit though. There's another sentiment in that set, same size, same font, that says "Sprinkled with Love." So I will be selectively inking the S so that it could go to the end of this sentiment and it'll say, "Welcome to the world, sweet little ones." The other part of the sentiment that I'll be using is the word "congratulations." And it's from the Altenew set called Faux Veneer, and this just says "congratulations." So I'll be using a combination of those two phrases. Alright, this isn't quite dry yet, but when it is, I will just emboss and I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Here's the completed card. Again, probably tough to see in the video, but it's very easy to see the giraffe and lion and to read the sentiment here. And this sentiment is also easy to read. I'm not sure if you can tell, but what I did was just adhere down the vellum piece the same way I did these two. And then this is just popped up with some foam tape and everything has been placed onto a white card base. So thanks so much for stopping by and I hope you have a great day. Bye.